people of the Montana Renaissance Fair. How are you all doing today? My name is Austin, the Blue Steel Knight from the Salt Lake City Crusaders, and I am going to be your announcer today. We are so grateful that you have all joined us, that you are ready, happy, healthy, and ready to see the great sport of bowhurt. I'm going to very briefly let you know what you are about to witness. This sport carries on a great tradition that originated in the 1500s. King Rene of France codified the rules for competitive medieval knight fighting when he saw the way of the knight to be on the decline. With a great deal of new warfare technology entering the battlefield, things such as more impressive siege weaponry, more impressive ballistics, more impressive throwing weapons, more impressive things such as gunpowder that knights weren't necessarily matching up to anymore, he saw an opportunity. The opportunity that he saw was for the knights to enter a different realm, the political realm. No longer were knights simply a tool of warfare, something to be thrown on the battlefield and happy if they were able to live. If you had a dispute with France and you were in Germany, didn't matter whether it was personal, financial, or political, you were able to send a champion. That champion would represent you and would fight theirs. Whoever won was able to set the terms of negotiations and therefore putting you in a better position. No longer were the days of needing to send armies of peasants to die. No longer the days of having to have so much warfare and bloodshed and very expensive things that would ultimately hurt your territories. We now are going to show you our champions. Montana Running Summit, let them hear your cry. And those from Salt Lake, let them hear you as well. You're going to see a mixed match of fighters throughout the day, and we're going to bring you a variety of fight styles. What we're going to be starting with right now is by far the most popular, the team melees. What is the objective, you may ask? Simple. Get the other team on the ground. You're going to see them employ a variety of tactics, such as blindsiding their opponents, using those big, heavy weapons to smash them into the ground, as well as using a variety of martial arts techniques to throw them. Are you guys ready to see round one? Fighters, are you ready? Referee, the time is yours. Let's let them hear it! You can see Father Christmas having run across the field, charging into his opponent, and you can see them really getting into the thick of it. Really big hits and lances on the ground. You can see this opponent using his big two-handed axe to repeatedly hit his opponent, trying to get him on the ground. Oh, but he steps over the guy on the ground, and they're able to keep fighting. Oh, and they go down together. It is now a 2-on-1. Father Christmas laying into this man's hip, hitting him in the back, hitting him in the hip, hitting him in the head. But Colton from the Montana Running Summit stays on his feet. Oh, Colton is too good. He's slipping out of their grasps every time. He must be oiled up well. Oh, big hit on the shoulder, big hit on the... And they go down! And we have a winner of round one. All right, we are going to give our fighters a full 45 seconds to breathe. Certainly sounds like a lot, doesn't it? They're going to take a second, they're going to catch their breath, and they're going to recombine their teams. We do have a belt loose in the field. Belt loose in the field. Referee, please pick that up. So, let me point out some of the things that you all were able to see during this fight. So what you were able to see is our fighters using their real steel weapons and their real steel armor, hitting each other full force. Each one of these weapons and this armor is based on legitimate pieces from the medieval era. Everything that we wear is according to the rules, which, by the way, there is an international organization that we fight in called the IMCF, International Medieval Combat Federation, that sets these rules. One thing that's particularly cool about this league is those rules have barely changed since the year 1500. They've done a couple of modern updates, but really everything that you're seeing in front of you, from the fighting style, the type of armor, the weapons, the hits, is honestly 90% the same as it was literally 500 years ago. So you are seeing a living piece of history in front of you at this time. I'm going to highlight a couple of our individuals here. Right here in front of us is Colton from the Montana Warning Summit, your local team. He's one of the longest time fighters on the Montana Warning Summit, which has a grand total of roughly a year and a half under their belt as a new team. Actually, they are getting pretty close to 2 years now. They are a sister team to the Salt Lake City Crusaders. Our team, the Salt Lake City Crusaders, has been around since 2004. And we love our people up here in Montana. You all are a great group of folks. We love coming up and supporting you all. So we've been with them since the beginning, helping them grow. And they now have a strapping team full of 10 individuals. If you are interested in doing this type of fighting, whether male or female, because you will be seeing one of our female fighters fighting today, you are absolutely welcome to join. There is no red tape or whatever to get in. Come and talk to us in the booth after. They actually are holding a new fighter orientation in just 2 weeks. So it does look like all of our guys are done breathing. I wanted to make sure they got that time so they could bring that intensity in round 2. Are you guys ready for round 2? All right, looks like everyone's ready. Fighters ready. Referee, time is yours. Squaring off against each other. They're kind of lining up in a one-on-one. Ooh, big punch from Father Christmas. Ooh, big hit from the pole arm. J-Dub, help your opponent. There we go. He took Jeff. Jeff is one of them. Oh no, Father Christmas and Lance going down at the same time. This is crunch times, folks. No pun intended. Oh, and it looks like Portland goes down at the hands of Jared. Jared coming over to come and help his teammate. Oh, it looks like we had an armor failure. We like to be as safe as we possibly can. If armor comes off, a single hit can shatter bones. So thank you very much. Yes, Jeff, you are put on the ground, and this is now a one-on-one fight. All right, here goes Jared and J-Dub, 2 of your Montana fighters, folks. Tripping over the bodies on the field. That's why you might think that that's a technicality. That is actually 100% realistic. In actual warfare, using the corpses of your allies and foes alike was a legitimate tactic. Pushing people over as the ground is drenched in blood, as people are slipping and tripping on each other with armor and grease. That is 100% a very real tactic that was used in medieval knight fighting. Oh, and it does look like J-Dub has an armor failure over here. So we're going to give him those 45 seconds to be able to get ready. If he's not ready in those 45 seconds, then he will have to be kneeled, and the team that he is on will have to fight one man down, which is not a very fun position to be in. Let's highlight some of our other fighters over here. Let's talk about Jared in the corner. Jared, wave your weapon, please. Jared, as I said, is one of your Montana Warning Summit members. He is the brother of the team captain of the Montana Warning Summit. I was able to fight this good young man when he came down to Utah for the Ogden Renaissance Fair. And he is a fantastic fighter. He may be a little bit smaller in size than some of the other people that you're seeing out, but what you will notice about him is a fantastic tenacity, great use of that weapon, and a slipperiness that helps him to stay up on the field. So let's hear it one more time for Jared. Okay, we're checking one more thing on this fighter's knee. This fighter's name is Lance. A new fighter, very, very new on the Salt Lake City Crusaders. He is borrowing armor right now. You may be able to tell that some of that armor isn't quite fitting him, but that's how it works. When you first join on the team, you'll see that people commonly borrow the armor of other individuals. He's borrowing the armor of someone who is unfortunately injured at the moment. And that's what you do until your armor comes in. It's common for armor to take anywhere, depending on where you're getting it from, to take 2 months, even up to a year to come in. 2 months to a year. So it really depends who you're ordering from, what you're ordering, what time period, how fancy, and a bunch of other things that we'd love to teach you about if you want to join us later and come talk to us in the booth. So it does look like we are ready to go, and unfortunately, J-Dub, one of the Montana Warding Summit's going to need to take a knee. His armor is just not working for him right now. He's going to have to come out and get that fixed. So J-Dub, if you can just completely come out of the list, we'll get that fixed so you can fight later. They are now going to fight one man down, so let's hear it for Colton and Lance. They're going to have their work cut out for them. Fighters, are you ready? Referee, time is yours. Let's let them hear it, crowd. They need your help. So you see Lance charging in. Oh, Colton trying to get Jared, but you see Jared head slipping, dancing around like I said. He's a slippery individual. But Colton coming in. Oh, Jared sacrificed himself for his compatriots. And they go down, and we do have a victor. Oh no, Lance's helmet came all the way off his head. I'm glad that that round ended where it did. So we do have the team over there on this side. They are our victors. Let's them hear it for the victors, everyone. All right, we're gonna have all these fighters exit the list. Support, please help them with anything they may need, whether it's weapons, helmets, gauntlets, whatever it is. They're gonna exit the list, and we're gonna have a very, very fun fight for you next, folks. So the two official forms of fighting, and I'm going to turn this up. I think some of you can't hear me, right? Can you guys hear me a little bit better now? All right, I want to make sure everybody can hear me at all times. I'm a very important person. So anyway, we are going to be settling a blood feud. Approaching the list now is the team captain of the Montana Warding Summit and U.S. Army veteran, Kyle! Kyle is a true trendsetter and a true warrior in the truest sense, in that, as I said, he is a veteran of the United States Army, and he helped the great sport of bowhurt, or armored combat, make its way into Montana. And his opponent and blood feudee is Trey the Train Man from Salt Lake City. We found Trey. Locked in an asylum. He was bound with 7 straitjackets, folks. 7! They were already broken. They didn't dare to open the door. He survived on air and rage alone. Him and Kyle have been wanting to fight each other for nearly a year and have not been able to settle the score since last year, Montana Renaissance Fair. They are going to be doing a best 2 out of 3 fight in pro fight style, meaning they're going to do everything. They are going for hits. They are going for throws. They are punching, kicking, headbutting, biting, whatever they can do through that armor. Are you guys ready to see this fight? Fighters, are you ready? Referee, time is yours.
Start fight.
We can say Trey bowing to his opponent, and then he comes in hot, punching and kicking his opponent, trying to get him off kilter. Or kneeing his opponent, punching his opponent, grabbing him. They are exerting so much force in this nearly 100-degree heat. The weapon that they're using is called the Grand Falchion. Ooh. Oh. This weapon was the bane of armored knights and horses alike. Not only can it chop through armor, it can take off the leg of a charging horse. Ooh. Great dodge from Kyle.
Let's go, Kyle.
30 seconds left. 30 seconds left, fighters. I want to hear you guys chanting for that favorite fighter. Is it Kyle? Oh! All right. 10 seconds, fighters. 10 seconds. 10 seconds left in this fight, crowd. Count it down with me. Referee, count it in. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and round 1 over. Yeah, folks, I want to let you know that this is some high level of competition that you're seeing right now. The Salt Lake City Crusaders on a yearly basis, multiple times a year, are medaling or near medaling out of every single team in the United States, taking 6th, 5th, 4th, and sometimes 3rd place on the national level every single year. So Trey the Train Man, who's been a part of our team, has plenty of fight, plenty of training, and plenty of power. So Kyle, who's only been fighting and leading the way for the Montana Warding Summit, just showed you some genuine national level prowess. So let's hear it for Kyle. And I don't know if Trey is capable of human speech right now, but let's hear it for Trey as well for giving you that great show. All right, they are going to get a full 60 seconds, so they're only about 30 seconds in. We're going to make sure our fighters get water. We want to keep that intensity, so it's better if they take a few extra seconds, get ready, make sure everything is adjusted, instead of getting out on a technicality or something, right? Yeah, get Trey water, please. Actually, do you have enough in that? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. So while they're waiting, I'm just going to let you guys know, Salt Lake City Crusaders and Montana Warding Summit, they all have social media. Do you guys love social media? I certainly don't. But I do use it because I have to help promote this team here. So we have, both of us have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you are looking for more contact with your local fighters, or if you just want to see cool highlight videos, cool pictures, and especially to know where we're going to be across the United States as we are doing this great sport. Right now, you've only got 2 teams and not even the whole team on either side. But when we do national level competitions, you will have 150 knights going against each other at any given time. They will do mass battles of 10v10 or even 20v20 fights. So if you want to see all that, you make sure to look up Montana Warding Summit on your Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. Once again, that's Montana Warding Summit. Or the Salt Lake City Crusaders. Salt Lake City Crusaders on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you're already interested in joining, make sure to come and talk to us after. There is a new fighter orientation here in Montana in 2 weeks. Looks like our fighters are ready. Are you guys ready to go into round 2, folks? This is going to be the final round of the blood feud. We need to decide who ultimately wins. Fighters, are you ready? Referee, time is yours. Let's let them hear it. Chant their names if you want them to win, folks. I'm hearing some Kyle chants out there. Kyle, you have the crowd support. The train man, true to his name, charging over his opponents without stopping. Oh, and it looks like Trey gets another throw. All right, let's get a proper reset, referee. Get the fighters up, make sure they're safe. And you let them in. We only have 40 seconds left in the fight. 40 seconds left. And go, folks! They're starting to get tired. It's hot in the sun. They're wearing anywhere from 60 to 90 pounds of steel, folks. 60 to 90 pounds is how much this armor weighs. You can see Kyle using his training. He's using the list, which is the name of our fighting arena, as a fulcrum point to keep himself on his feet. 20 seconds left. Oh, very nice block and dodge. 20 seconds left. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and round over. All right, we're going to have our 2 fighters come to the center and we're going to announce a winner here. All right, fighters, do you think that your team captain, Kyle, was able to take this victory? Or do you think Trey, the train man, was able to bow over his opponent? You folks are indeed right. Kyle gave a valiant effort, but Trey, the train man, is the victor over the blood feud fight. They are both incredibly tired. We are going to get them some well-deserved rest. Well, before that happens, Marky, we are going to have the beautiful Marky, the wife of the of Kyle of the Montana Warding Summit. She is going to be walking around with a jar, a vessel of sorts. And if you feel our fighters deserve some mere penance, some tuppence, you may say, these donations go to our fighters to help us travel across the country. We do buy our own armor. We're doing this by ourselves because we love this sport. If you feel like they deserve a little bit, if you want to buy them a drink, buy them a meal, this is the time where you guys can contribute to that. We're going to keep going with our fights. We still have 4 more fights after this. Actually, let me check the time. We might need to skip something. Okay, we are going to skip some fights because we want to make sure you're seeing those team fights that you love so much. But once again, Marky's going to be coming around. If you feel the kindness in your heart to help our fighters, we greatly appreciate it as we're trying to travel both across the country and Europe to do this sport. All right, so we are going to do 2 more fights for you folks because we're getting close to our time block here. So we are going to be having one of our female fighters, Aspen of the Forest, join us for a fight, and then we're going to round you guys out with our melee, our all-hands melee fights after this one. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be doing the internationally regulated sword and buckler fight. We are going to make some small changes to it, however. They will be fighting for best 2 out of 3 60-second rounds. What the dual category is, it's a little bit more focused on endurance, speed, technicality, and less on power. We want our fighters to not just be brutes, to just focus on lifting at the gym. We want them to occasionally swing a sword at something and do a good job of it, right? So these fighters, they're going to show you some skill. They're going to show you each one of these hits is worth 1 point. Whoever gets the most hits by the end of it wins. So let's make sure that we give these fighters their due. They're going to be giving it at 60 seconds, best 2 out of 3, as we said. Referee, time is yours.
Fighters ready? Start fight.
All right, and here they go. You can see them touching swords, showing that camaraderie and chivalry.
Come on, Aspen. Let's go. Keep that buckler out.
So remember, these fighters are wearing 60 to 90 pounds of steel on their body. That armor gets hot in the sun. It reduces your vision up to 50%. And then a study was done at a university in Chicago where they took fighters. They had them fighting and doing their thing in armor while checking blood tests, checking O2 levels. What they found is that breathing through a helmet reduces your O2 intake by 50% per breath. But what they also found is that while wearing armor, your body needed double the amount of O2 to perform the same movements as out of armor. So what that means when you do that math is you need 4 times as much oxygen to function in armor. Fighters, you have 20 seconds left, 20 seconds left. That's Jared once again from the Montana Warding Summit on the other side. Oh, and Aspen throwing a kick, trying to get her opponent off kilter. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and round over. All right, we're going to give them a full 60 seconds to breathe. They're going to do 1 more round, and then we're going to do our all-hands melee. So every fighter who is up and ready is going to be participating in a melee fight. We're just going to divide those fighters in half, and they're going to be bringing that brutality that you all are here to see, right? But let's make sure that we focus on the fighters at hand. Once again, we have Aspen of the Forest from the Salt Lake City Crusaders. A female fighter who has been with our team now for over a year. She has more recently been able to acquire the armor that she is wearing. A very beautiful armor set that she designed herself. We frequently order armor from master blacksmiths in Europe, specifically in the Ukraine. So when you're looking for cool armor, frequently those who have a lineage all the way back to the blacksmiths who made it in the medieval times is a pretty good bet, right? If you are looking for something cool, something from Europe or just something medieval, this tent over here is the Salt Lake City Crusaders booth that's able to help fund us. We are supporting a whole bunch of artisans and master blacksmiths out of the Ukraine during this difficult wartime with a whole bunch of weapons and other things that we're selling, as well as just a whole bunch of other cool things. So if you haven't checked out our booth, please make sure to go and check that out at some point throughout the day. Does look like our fighters are about ready here. Are you guys ready to get back into your final round? All right, referee, time is yours.
Fighters ready?
folks. Let's let them hear it one more time. There we go. We're seeing a lot of moves. What you're seeing here is you're seeing people twist their wrist, twist their arm, twist the shoulder. It doesn't matter which side of the blade you hit with as long as you hit with the blade. So you see very great combination from Jared just now, going side to side, head, body, head. You're able to hit with the back side of the blade, front side of the blade. You just can't hit with the flat. If you hit with the flat, it does not count for points. And you can see Aspen. She's pushing forward with her shield. She's trying to blind her opponent as well as get them off their balance so that she can go in and get a couple of hits. 30 seconds left, fighters. 30 seconds left. Give it your all. And then fighters back there, get ready for the all hands melee. It's coming up shortly. Let's count off, folks. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and round over. Excellent job, fighters. Excellent job. If you guys want to participate in this fight, make sure to grab whichever weapons you want. But we're going to have you, crowd, help us decide who's won. Do we think Aspen of the Forest is the victor? Or do we think Jared from the Montana Warning Summit has come out clean? That literally sounded identical. Let's have it one more time and be definitive. Has Aspen of the Forest won? Or is Jared your champion? All right, it does sound just barely eking out. Jared of the Montana Warning Summit has won those rounds. But excellent fighting, everybody. And let's move on to the final fight of this time block, the team melee. Every able-bodied fighter, please report to the list with your weapon of choice. Is no one able-bodied anymore? Okay, here they come, folks. Let's let them hear it. We have Colton from Montana. We have Father Christmas from Salt Lake. Who's coming up next? Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh, and we have JD from Montana. I'm sorry, JW. I was right, JW. I'm sorry. Those arrows on his face get me going all directions. While some of the fighters are coming out, let me point out some of the armor types that you guys are seeing in front of you, folks. So over here, you have an Italian suit of armor. Wearing a salet or salette. That's Father Christmas showing off his moves for you, one of the newer fighters from Salt Lake City. Father Christmas sporting his beautiful green and red like he loves to do at all times. That Italian kid is coming from somewhere from like the mid to late 1400s. Over here, we have Colton from the Montana Warning Summit. He's wearing what we lovingly call the Squidward, or the nasal helmet. The nasal helmet actually has a very interesting history, which I will briefly recount for you. So the Vikings, which many of you are aware existed at one point or another, popularized the nasal helmet, or a helmet that had a low point on the head, came down to at least below the ears, and then had a piece of metal over the nose to help slashes and stabs. And not only were they effective, of course, in the United Kingdom against the Irish, the Welsh, the Scottish, the English, they conquered, if you can believe it, all the way down to Sicily. What they did is they did a sort of hack and slash style of combat where they would penetrate into an area, they would pillage everything that they could to help their individuals, and then they would just move in a straight line, or as straight a line as they could. So they came from the north and pillaged all the way down to the south. And the Vikings' history and warfare was so fierce that almost every single Western European country has their own version of the nasal helmet. So there's your impressive fact for the day coming into the Renaissance Fair. Oh, it looks like we got Josh over here. Josh is wearing a full plate kit. One of the very expensive and very nice kinds. It provides you with a great deal of protection over your entire body. And then he is wearing what is called a cross bassinet. Father Christmas says, you're going to get on the naughty list. It's your own list. You're going to see him able to be highly protected. It's very difficult to get through that armor. There's not a lot of places to hit that you can actually physically hurt your opponent. So you have to do a lot of pushing, shoving, grappling as you're striking your opponents. All right, so it does look like everybody's ready from what I'm seeing here. The gate is shut. Fighters, please take your proper position on the field. Let me see here. Ooh, it looks like we have a Salt Lake versus Montana fight, folks! So Salt Lake is on this side with Trey the Train Man, Josh, and Father Christmas. And over here we have Jeff, JW, and Colton from the Montana Running Summit. Are you guys ready for this last fight of our time block? All right, fighters are ready. Referee time is yours. And there, folks, let's let them hear it! Father Christmas claiming he's going to jingle this man's bells over here. You see Josh, he's completely fresh, manhandling his opponents. Oh, and he's taken down. Oh, did he stay up? He stayed up on his feet. Oh, landing hard hits on JW over here. Uh-oh, Father Christmas and Jeff going down. We now have Josh. Oh, and he's able to take JW down, and that is a victory. All right, they're going to get a full 45 seconds to rest, and we are going to get one more round of carnage. If we have anybody else in the back who wants to jump in, you can jump in now. Squires, help out these fighters, please. Do you need a taper
So, I fight sometimes. You guys want to come fight me? I'm always down for it. You know, fighting's fun. So, what? What?
All right, it does look like Father Christmas is all right. He's going to be staying in here, ready to deck the enemy's halls. All right, we're getting Jeff. Jeff's helmet slipped off, which once again, as you guys can imagine, we're swinging full force, we're punching full force, we're throwing full force. If your helmet comes off of your body, that thing's going to get squashed like a watermelon. So we got to make sure anytime that something like that happens, it's put back on properly. We're going to get the helmet back on so that we can retain a 3v3 for this final round of this time block. So we are also fighting for the rest of your guys for the rest of the day, just so you guys all know. Okay, so it does look like Jeff, unfortunately, is unable to get that helmet on quickly enough. So we are going to... I am going to actually change stuff up without the fighter's permission. Trey, you are on your own team. Trey's ready to thrash around the ring, going off the rails as he normally does, and we're going to have a 2, a 2, and a 1. Are you guys ready to see this madness for this last round? All right, referee, time is yours.
Start fight!
And they are, folks! They need to... We see Trey the Train Man posted up for a second, but then they're looking at each other. They're having a Mexican standoff, as I believe they're called. I don't know if that's PC anymore. As far as I understand, all that means is 3 people pointing their weapons at each other. No offense for anything else. Oh, big hit from Father Christmas. He's bringing his whole bag of toys. Oh, and Trey takes out 2. And it's now a one-on-one fight. Josh versus Trey the Train Man. Oh, big hit. Big hits. If he can stay on his feet, he can stay in. Trey the Train Man obviously trying to use the bodies. Oh no! Did Josh get him? Trey managed to use the ring to stay up just as Josh did a second ago. Oh no, they're getting tired though. Oh! And he pushes him over the button! And the young fighter, Trey the Train Man, is victorious. Alright folks, we're going to have Marky come around one more time. If you considered donating to these fighters as they travel across the country, she's going to be walking around with the vessel so that you can do those tips. Don't forget us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Salt Lake City Crusaders and Montana Warding Summit. Our booth is over here with some of the coolest stuff. We have real weapons, real shields, real armor, and a whole bunch of really beautiful things for all ages, children, women, men, anything you are. So come and check us out, and we'll see you at 2:15. We're fighting again at 2:15. Thank you all. Bye-bye.